When I tapped into the collective's energy, I was kind of hit with a lot of melancholy, and I can feel it almost like when you watch something that's really sad, or a memory comes up that's really sad, and you kind of are pushing it down, and it leaves like this almost like a spicy acrid kind of feeling at the bottom of your throat, like you want to cry but you can't, or you're not allowed to, or you can't do it in front of people, or whatever it may be, and you push it down, you push it down, you push it down, and it kind of expands into your chest. That's what I'm getting right now. And I just realised I have not put on my light once again. Come here, my lovelies. There we go. I always forget to put my light on. That's what I'm getting though. I'm getting this sense of real sadness, real melancholy, and having to kind of just hold back the tears. We do have someone here who is masking. They're masking. They're not, I don't think they are willing or able to change, or to move with change, to adapt with change, because we have glamour, intrigue and drama, Marie Masquerade. There's something that they're doing that's a charade, a facade. They're not actually healed, or they're not actually adapting as things heard as you move on. Oh, okay. So we have a tempting offer has a high price, carnivorous flower fairy, and it's in reverse. It feels like this person is feeling not so much rejected. I'm not getting rejected. I'm getting this person just feels hurt. This person feels hurt and they feel sad. But I don't feel rejection coming from them, or rejection sensitivity dysphoria or anything like that. I could just about get that word out. Please know I have still got a migraine, so it can affect my speech, and I apologise if it does mess with the reading. Okay, we have got sweet memories coming out here with number 11. So this person is thinking of you, or they're thinking of someone in the collective here. Dried flower fairy, sweet memories. So dried flower fairies, the first thing that I thought of was being a kid and making bookmarks out of dried flowers. And I lived really close to a marshland. So me and my sisters and my mum, we would go down there and just pick the prettiest things that we could find. And then you'd go home and... One second. What is that? And then you'd just, you know... I'm getting really... Sorry, I just had a phone call on there. I have to cut that bit out. There's something here about memories from the past. There's definitely something here about memories from the past. With you will not let fear stop you this time. It's almost like this is a proper goodbye. And I've got that song by Jeff Buckley in my head again. This is our last goodbye. Must I dream and always see your face? Okay, we have, yeah, so you will not let fear stop you this time. And we also have cast away out of your death and feeling abandoned with another 11 on here. It seems like this person feels left, they feel left behind. They feel abandoned. They feel lost in time almost. So this is giving the energy of like an ex or an ex-best friend, or somebody that, if you go back in time, there was a timeline when you guys were like thick as thieves, or you did things together, or you thought of this person very pleasantly, and they may have been like the focus of your life, or part of the focus of your life. And I think they're looking back to that time. And they're looking back at the really sweet memories, things that you may have done for them, things that you have said, just your thoughtfulness, your kindness. Maybe you were really funny. They really liked how you laughed. But it does feel like this person, they tried to offer something here. They tried to offer something and it was either rejected, or it doesn't feel like it was rejected. It feels like it wasn't even seen. Because that energy of... I will not let fear stop me this time. Going forward, walking into the void, almost like coming to the edge and just jumping and going, I know I'm going to be caught. I don't know how. I don't know when. It's scary, but I'm going to do it. That's how, you know, you start new beginnings. You've got to take a bit of a risk. Otherwise we stay, look at that, I've opened it straight to it. Otherwise we stay trapped in our south node, wondering what if. Do you want me to put this out? I'm going to put this one out as well. You will not let fear stop you this time with the 26. Now 26 condensing down to an 8. We're looking at Scorpio. We are looking at the unknown. We're looking at deep feelings, deep feelings. We're also looking at the occult, the shadow. Can I get one more, please? Oh, look at this. We have got coming out little brother, little sister, siblings, younger friends, and responsibility with the number 40. So that was in reverse. This could be an estranged family member. This could be an estranged friend. That was coming up before. And you have positive, uplifting new friends in reverse. Okay. This is somebody that you've cut off. It doesn't have to be family members, but it definitely is someone that took you for granted, took your intelligence for granted, took your talents, skills, and positive attitude or outlook on life for granted. They may have seen you as being in their shadow, like you were always in their shadow. So rather than you just being so-and-so from the collective, you were so-and-so, and you were so-and-so, the brother of this person, or the girlfriend of this person, or the daughter of this person. It was always that, oh, you're so-and-so's daughter, you're so-and-so's blah, 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 rather than just, I am, insert your name. Do you want me to put these out? No, I've been told not to put them out. Okay. Okay, so someone definitely misses you. Someone's definitely missing you. An important end, new beginning. The witch at the end of the world, and it's in reverse. That number connecting down to a 9. We're looking at Sagittarius. We're looking at belief systems. Something's changed within you. They feel the distance, or they feel like the distance or the gap in that distance between you. They were trying to make it smaller, but they don't seem to have been doing it in a way that would have been beneficial to you. It's almost like they were trying to catch up with you with something here. And now that you have a different perspective, I think you may have healed something here. You may have healed something that was keeping you in a cycle, and that cycle is coming to an end. And because of this, they can't tap into your energy, or they can't reach you. It's almost like the timeline that they are on is, if this is the timeline that they're on and they are here, you may have been like here in the middle. And because of some sort of ascension, some sort of upgrade that you've had, you're now over here. You're ready to jump onto the next one because this is your good karma. They don't understand it. They don't understand you. They don't understand past lives. They may not understand how we are connected to everything. They may think that that is all faff. That's not real. I don't use the word faff, so that's going to be very specific for someone. Where would you like me to go? 1, 2, or 3? Okay. Oh, you want me to take these? Okay. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Bronwen. This is Bronwen's Cove Tarot 111. Oh, they've all come out. Maybe they're supposed to. If you are new to my channel, welcome in. I'm really distracted today, and I do apologise. I do have ADHD. I do not take medication, and that's my choice. But then it does mean that I can get quite distracted, and I apologise for that, but it's just part of the flavour of being me. So sorry, not sorry. Welcome in if you are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, it's really good to have you here. I'm going to be ringing this bell. This is just to cleanse the space around us. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, it's a good idea that you turn down your listening device in 3, 2, and in 1. I swear, I know sometimes I can overshare, but I feel that the community here needs to understand that, like, sometimes if you email me for a reading and I don't get back to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because my ADHD mind is chasing squirrels, and I'm not joking. I may have, sometimes I put up videos 3 times in a day. Sometimes it will be 1. And it really is down to the energy levels that I have. Because I don't want to push myself, and I hope that's okay with everybody. Tell me about glamour, intrigue, and drama. And we have coming out here 3rd house, communication. Okay, so there's a lack of communication happening here. There's definitely a lack of communication. And why the a-hole is at the back. This person is, rather than trying to communicate with you, and I feel like they can't, which is why they are going to anonymous groups online to get to kind of get their opinion, to find out if they're in the wrong or what they should do. And it says here, neighbours from hell, passive aggressive communication, limiting thought patterns, mental health issues, estranged siblings. Oh my goodness, so this is estranged family members. Slander, mistruths, lack of interest or lack of purpose, gang stalking, multiple social media profiles and accounts, severe childhood trauma, blocked solar plexus chakra. Okay, we have somebody here who does not lead from joy because they don't remember what joy is. That's very sad. Let's have a look. Tell out this tempting offer, please. Stay at home parent. Oh. We also have self-image, confident, secure, new beginnings, personable, optimist, knowing thyself and liking your body. It feels like there's something about your confidence that has soared, that it's not that it's upset this person, it's that they no longer are able to attach to your energy. And I've said that already. I know I have. Tell me that tempting offer has a high price in reverse. That came out so fast. Attachment style. Okay. And this is what this moment is about, her or him or them. So it feels like this person may be going through some sort of, I don't feel like it's a spiritual awakening because I don't know if they are that spiritual. I think they may still be plugged into the matrix, so to speak. But they do seem to be having some sort of realization here or regret over how you're no longer in their life. How you're no longer in their life. Tell me about these sweet memories. Okay. Artist. I've been told to put that one back. Fitness and health. So we're looking at the 6th house. This could be Virgo. You could have worked with this person. I don't know if this was like a family business. Because this is really kind of like teetering for some people, a very small amount of people. This is to do with like a past romantic connection. A very small amount. That's very specific. The rest of you, this is family. Look at that. We've got the 11th house coming out here. The 11th house is the Aquarius, the merfolk, and it says friendly, sociable, humanitarianism or humanitarianism drive, urge to be part of a bigger group that helps / a cause, intelligent, deep thinker, hopeful, big plans for the future, tech savvy, influencer, social media presence and followers. And I'm going to place this one here. So I don't know if this energy here is the family member thinking back about you, or if it's vice versa. Because what I got was almost like looking up to that person. If that was your siblings, like for example, when I was a kid, I absolutely idolized my older sister, and I don't think she even realized that. I mean, we're estranged now, we don't speak. But as a kid, like I honestly thought she was the coolest thing ever. Ever. You will never let fear stop you this time. Let's pop those over there for now. Tell me about this fear not stopping. Okay, interesting. So we have student coming out, which is also to do, for me, it's also Aquarius. A student learning something new. I feel like someone here has broken down a barrier that was stopping you from doing a course, learning a language, learning how to cook, doing something here to acquire knowledge that takes repetition. It takes a lot of concentration. It takes a lot of patience. And I don't know if maybe you've been offered to do a course, or if you were thinking of going back to college. It could have been doing night courses while you work, could be going to university. It could be going to an ashram. I don't know. But there's definitely been a swerve or change in someone's kind of focus and direction when it comes to healing, growing and learning. Now we do have fraud, embezzlement, stolen, signed in your name, jail time forecast, has come out as well, which is interesting. I've been told to put it back, but I've been told for you guys to note it. Okay. Can I get one more, please? An important end, new beginning in reverse. Anything? I don't know if there's anything in this one. Oh, okay. We were waiting for this card, Demonology. Okay. This person may be working with weird energies. And look at that, fraud's underneath. It's still there, but it's underneath. And I can hear someone saying, put them back, put them all back. And I've just opened it to narcissistic sibling. That's crazy. So you do have somebody here that was in your energy. They don't feel rejected. They feel abandoned. It does seem like, you know, when you're young, let's say when you're in your teens or your 20s, you kind of want to do what your friends do and what everyone else is doing that's popular. So if everyone's wearing their hair in a ponytail and wearing I don't know, what are they called? Like pedal pushers, we used to call them, where like you have your jeans that come up to like your mid-calf, then everyone's going to do that because everyone else is doing it. It feels like this person, it's not about them doing it because you're doing it, but they are definitely comparing themselves, comparing what they have, what they look like, their job, to what it is that you have. And because you're excelling, there's a feeling of being left behind, that this person doesn't want to adapt to change, because adapting to change means also looking at yourself, what parts need to heal so that you can grow. And growth is painful. It's not comfortable. It's not nice, but it's necessary. And when you do that, you expand yourself out and you give yourself opportunities to learn, to study, to grow and learn more about yourself, right? And that's how we adapt to change. That's my opinion on how we adapt to change. And this person doesn't want to do it at all, because I think it means looking at self. And looking at self can be very scary, especially if you've been avoiding your shadow for most of your life. Where would you like me to go? Over here. Okay. The bottom one's interesting. I haven't used that deck in a while, so that is interesting. This is the monster deck, or the horror deck. Let me pop you in there. What do we need to know? Nine of Pentacles is coming out to the King of Pentacles. There does seem to be, this person wants to be seen as very independent, almost like an entrepreneur. I don't know if you are an entrepreneur yourself, if you've got a side hustle, if you have a hobby that you want to turn into a side hustle, or if there's just something that you're really, really good at, that you know that when you get your arse in gear, and I say that with the most love and kindness, that you could actually monetize it, whatever that may be. Okay, tell me about what they are hiding when it comes to finances. Oh. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles here. This person is very, very either tight-fisted. They either overspend, or they don't spend anything whatsoever. Oh, this person doesn't like where they live. They don't like where they're living. They are definitely thinking about you. They are definitely you may have lived with them, or if they're your family, makes sense. For a small amount of people, like I said, it could have been a romantic partner. They liked it when you lived with them rather than the neighbours that they have now. They don't know. You've got the Empress coming out. You also have Justice in reverse. They may feel like they are being taken advantage of right now for what they have, and they don't think that you did that. This passive-aggressive communication, and silent treatment. There's something here about like silent treatment. I don't know if this person lives in an actual apartment or house with other people and they share rooms, or if this is like actual neighbours, like my house is here, your house is there, we are neighbours. Either ways, it seems that at some point you and this person definitely live together, and you are so much better off a tenant than whoever's living there now, and they're kind of kicking themselves. Yeah, Justice is coming out here. You've also got the Chariot in reverse. This person kind of cut their nose off to spite their face. They wanted to be right. And in wanting to be right, they cut off any kind of olive branch that may have been reached out by you, or any opportunity to reach out an olive branch themselves, because of pride. Literally because of pride. Tempting offer has a high price in reverse with attachment styles. That may be something that someone's healed here. Their attachment style. If you have an avoidant attachment style, you could have had, I don't even know what they all are. I know avoidant is kind of like running away from problems, or just, you know, whenever things get a little bit stressful, like, whoop, I'm out. It could be the opposite. But it does feel like there has been a lot of healing, a lot of healing. We have here the Page of Wands in reverse. Caution. Caution. Caution was placed. It feels like this person is having to walk on eggshells in their own home, is what I'm hearing. I'll show you that image because it's actually quite cool. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is usually an energy of risk, of taking risk, of adventure, of danger, of, you know, being young and foolish and, you know, act now, think later. In reverse, this is very much, I have to be careful. I need to walk, I've got to walk on eggshells as I do this, but it feels like there was some sort of offer that they may have wanted you to come back in some way, or to talk to them, and they left it too late. This is what I'm getting, is that they left it too late. But the Ten of Cups in reverse, yeah, they left it too late. This is an unhappy family. This is an unhappy family. This energy here with the merfolk, thinking about the 11th house, it's very much about community, connecting with your community, connecting with other people. And the fact that we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, I don't know if a whole community is aware of, I'm hearing their behaviour towards you when you lived with them, or their behaviour towards you when you were their neighbour. I think they're all also realising that even when times were bad, or when you were going through something very, very stressful, you were still friendly and sociable. You still wanted to help other people. This actually sounds like they are getting some sort of karmic lesson or justice here. Temperance is coming out in reverse. Okay. In reverse, there's a need here though, with whatever it is that you are learning, to do so in moderation and not to burn yourself out, to not burn the candle at both ends just because you're excited and it's a new hyperfocus. Because you don't want to burn out and lose interest. And I mean, I feel like I'm talking to myself here, because that is me. I get a new hyperfocus and that's all I want to do for weeks and weeks and weeks. And if I do it for too long, I'm just like, I'm not interested now. I was telling my other half that when K-pop Demon Hunters came out, I became obsessed with the songs, obsessed. And I had to learn Golden, and I had to learn the other ones by heart so that I could sing them. And once I sung them, I never wanted to hear them again. Like, done. Done. And that is literally me. Tell me about this demonology energy. Why has this come through? We have here the sun. Okay. It feels like there are things happening behind closed doors that we aren't seeing when it comes to this person, a family member, trying to stop you from completing a cycle. Yeah, Five of Wands though. The Five of Wands to the Eight of Wands, they're doing so in a way that they're hoping will not rock the boat. Like, this isn't like an outright spiritual attack. It's more like they're trying to tie bindings, because what I'm seeing is someone who's got like an elasticated, what are they called? You know when you do yoga and you want to stretch and use that elastic long thing. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I've got one of them as well. But it feels like so they've got tied it around their waist and it's tied to the wall, and like they're walking and they're trying to walk away, and it's just causing more and more tension and more and more tension and more and more tension. So it gets harder and harder and harder to move forward. That's what it feels like here. It feels like they're trying to weigh someone down, slow someone down. There's a need to go outside. Someone here needs to get up from their computer or their desk and go outside. Even if it's just on your lunch break. If you only get a 20-minute lunch break, have your eat your food outside. There's a need to go outside and get vitamin D and just to be outside. That came through really strongly. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles, this control energy. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles coming out in reverse. So this came out earlier and it was coming out upright. Almost like this person wants to be perceived as financially secure, or their business is doing great, or, you know, hiring's been such an ease, you know, it's been an absolute dawdle. But really, with it being in reverse, this person could have a lot of issues or a lot of problems with payroll. They could have issues with actually getting money coming in, paying actual clients, having clients come in who want to pay. You also have here the Three of Swords in reverse. It seems like this row here really is about the collective, and how, I don't know if something was offered to you and you ignored it. I don't know if a number was like coming up on your phone and you knew not to pick it up and you blocked it. But there has been something in the past, and it could be in the near past, it could be a year, 2, 5 years ago, whatever. But in doing so, you change the direction of your path, and they were trying to do that for you. And I remember saying that right at the beginning. And it has to do with your healing, taking time to really heal some sort of attachment style. And that attachment style, it doesn't have to be just mum or dad or caregiver. It could be a sibling. It could be that cousin that, you know, took care of you or parented you when you were little. There's definitely, whoever this person is for you, they definitely had a very, very large impact on who you are, or at least your trauma, the trauma part of yourself, especially when it comes to attachment style. And this is something that you seem to be slowly healing. And I really, really, really like that the Page of Wands came out in reverse as a, not so much a caution, but just gently does it. There is no need to nosedive into your shadow and just be like, come on then, let me see everything. You can just take baby steps if you want, especially if it's painful. And that came up in my last reading. Be kind to yourself. What you wouldn't say to a 4-year-old, do not say it to yourself, because really with your attachment style, you're healing your inner child, your inner teen, your inner young person, right? And I really love this for you. I love that you were able to detach or move away, even if it was painful. You're fighting for yourself, you're showing up for yourself, and that is so commendable, especially when we are told that there are no boundaries, we do not have power, you are small, I am big, you know. Well done. Tell me about the Ten of Cups in reverse, please. You have the Knight of Pentacles coming out here, so these are patterns. This is something going on for a very long time, and this is patterns. I think this person's looking back and realizing that even when there were either unsafe things happening in the home, or the home was made to feel unsafe, whether that's parents arguing all the time, whether that's neglect or abuse, whether it's substance use happening in front of children, whatever it may have been for you, you were always somebody who tried to kind of like pull yourself together, or try to, I don't know if you used to kind of like negotiate and try and get people to talk to each other again. And that's heartbreaking if that is something that you had to do when you were a child and they were adults. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. That's not okay. It does feel like you have a parent or a sibling or whoever looking at this and going, do you know what? That was the pattern. The pattern was, I do something horrible and this person picks up the pieces. It's like mothering your own parents, or mothering your own siblings or cousins or whoever it may have been. And I will not let fear stop you this time with Student. And then Temperance in reverse. This really is a fire that's been lit under someone's butt to continue to study on whatever it is that brings you joy, because study does not have to be just to do with the way that you heal. It can be to do with the way that you express yourself, the way that you seek joy, because we started this off with that energy of no joy lives here. And, you know, that light being fired up underneath your butt to get you going and get you going forward. I think it's really shocked whoever this is, who's watching from almost like the sidelines. Because I don't know if they're in the same community as you, and maybe they see you on a daily basis and you ignore them, or they see you in your car and you're living your best life. Or maybe this is online and they're seeing you posting and seeing the days when you're doing really, really well, the days when you're not feeling too great, and they can see that life is just evolving and adapting and changing, and they're being left behind. Tell me about I will not let fear stop you this time, please and thank you. We have here the Eight of Cups in reverse. Wow. Okay. Scrap what I said about not focusing, having a hyper focus. Hyper focus the mother that you can. I was gonna swear, but I didn't. The mofo. Just do as you're being told, more or less. Light that fire. It's not about lighting the candle on both sides and burning out, but if it brings you joy, seek it out. Seriously, whatever it is. And I feel like this has like coursework, homework, meeting up with other people maybe once a week, or going to class. This feels very much like getting back to basics and learning something new, or something that you've been really interested in but you've just never had time to do because you've got children or animals or plants or jobs or relationships or whatever, just life. And you're being told this is the time that you seek joy, this is the time that you kind of be a little bit less serious with yourself. This is really, really inviting your inner child to come out and play as you heal the wounded part. I love this. I absolutely love this for you. Yeah, you got the Three of Cups coming out. You've definitely got a lot of, I heard superiors. A lot of superiors around you who are celebrating you. Now, I don't know if that means superiors in the spiritual realm who are like, you know, applauding you for how far you've come, or if this has to do with something in this realm to do with a job. Job keeps coming up, job keeps coming up, job keeps coming up in all of my readings. But there's something here you're being asked to learn, whatever it is as well, that calls to you, even if you feel like it's really random and really strange and like, why would I want to learn that? Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, and listen to your guides, because they're telling you, they're telling you exactly the next step on your path. Because I feel like whatever it is going to lead you to, like, this door that opens to you moving. Could be moving house, moving state, moving job, country, whatever it may be. So listen to your inner child as well and follow it. Can I get one more, please? We have the Hanged Man coming out here. So what I was talking about before, with there being this weighted energy of this person from your family trying to slow you down because they can't stop you. You can't stop change. You cannot stop things from changing. Everything changes, everything evolves. You know, plants they bloom and they flower and they die, and then they seed and they do the same thing all the way around again. And there's that cycle. And you have this person it's almost like they're stuck in time. They're stuck in time. They're stuck in a point in their life that either was happy for them, so they don't want to move forward, or was really upsetting and miserable, but they don't want to face it, so they can't move forward. This is soul fragmentation. This is what it feels like. Soul fragmentation. And for those who are unaware, soul fragmentation is when there is some sort of trauma that happens, no matter how big or small, that at that point in time, you find so challenging and so overwhelming to actually deal with, to recognize, to honor, to grieve, to live, that you just go, right, no, I'm putting that in a little box and I'm going to throw that over there. And you leave it in that timeline and you just continue going forward. So there is a shard, a part of your soul that is left in that timeline, which means going forward, there is always going to be that energy of something is missing and not being able to heal. And we can actually reclaim that. We can take it back, but that happens through shadow work. You have to work through those things. And I will not let fear stop you this time. You may have done something that actually reunited a part of your soul with yourself. And it may have been to do with your shadow work, especially when it comes to trauma created by family members. Especially if you have a family member here who caused a lot of trauma when you were growing up that has not changed or is too frightened to change or even speak about it. So if you have been working on certain things, memories coming back, for example, arguments, conversations, events, actions, things that happened that were painful for you, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, bringing those up and healing them means that you're actually getting those shards of your soul back. You know, we give them up to our oversoul, and when it's time, it will be reintegrated into our soul, back to when we need it. You're healing those parts. They're not. This makes sense why they feel like they're being left behind, because they actually are. They're stuck. They're stuck in a time that's not benefiting them. You've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they haven't learnt their lesson. They haven't learnt from this. And it does feel like this person either... They kind of... What's the word? Not goaded. When someone hangs something over your head, like, that's the energy I'm getting. Imagine two children going and doing a race of some sort, and one of them trips over and the other one keeps running, doesn't help the other one. And the one that keeps running wins. And rather than going back and going, oh, you know what, I'm sorry you fell over, they start laughing at the other child who's fallen down and hurt themselves and lost, and going, you're the loser, I won. That's the energy that I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting, that this person would do that when you were a kid. They would try and hang like wins over your head, or it doesn't have to be just wins. I don't feel like it's just wins. I feel like it may be attention from parents or caregivers. There's some gaslighting going on here. There is definitely some gaslighting going on here. They may have thought that you weren't very intelligent. They may have thought that you weren't very smart, that you weren't very skilled, that, you know, if you were really good at tap dancing or really good at climbing or whatever, that it was just a fluke. They would really not dismiss, what's the word? Minimalize. They'd really minimalize the things that you achieved. And now I feel like this person has tried many, many times to do things to you with this energy of demonology coming through here, but they did not realize how strong, how resilient you are, and not just resilient, how optimistic you are that things will change, that things are temporary. There is always a silver lining. Okay, I fell down, I can get back up again. I've got a grazed knees, I'll put a plaster, I'll put a band-aid on it, and let's go. And that's it. And because of that, the things that they're sending, they can't do anything but kind of weigh you down a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit, and that's it. So let's get some advice on what we need to do then, just to remove that elastic band energy. Money or property through inheritance, winning or windfall. So you have money coming to you. They may know that you've got money coming to you. A sincere wish will be granted. Okay. So this person here who's having money issues, they're trying to slow you down. They're trying to slow you down so that you don't get this inheritance. How does that work? How does that work? You've got a fair man coming out with dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. Okay. They seem to be involved with some questionable people. That's what I'm getting here. Your attachment style. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Look at that. And it's in reverse. I feel like they were going to give you something that would have got you in trouble with the law. They would have given you a gift that would have come maybe from this person, from like whoever the family member is, but through this person, and it was supposed to like entrap you or just like get you out of the way, especially if this is to do with money, inheritance, property. And you didn't. You healed your attachment style. You took time and you were cautious with how you healed and how much you rushed into things or didn't rush into things. And it really, really worked out for you because it diverted you. Your guides helped to divert you away from whatever was going on here. You've got December coming out. December's come out in my readings quite a lot lately. So I feel like something's definitely going to go down in December. Okay. You should accept valid criticism is coming out here. Okay, who's going to criticize you about working hard? You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money or goals. Somebody who feels very aimless. It may be this family member. It may be somebody who you can't trust. Take care, enemies are working against you. Yeah, this is somebody who's aimless, who's going to try and talk about the things that you're learning. Talk about the community that you may be growing or being part of, especially if it's a new community. Be wary of who it is that you share information with. It doesn't mean that you can't talk to other people about your goals, about your achievements, about your dreams. Of course you can. But I think there is a need here to really kind of sharpen that pineal gland, that antennae, and read people's intentions, because I think everyone can do it. I don't think that there is a chosen few who are psychic. I think everyone is. It's just whether or not you sharpen or strengthen that muscle. Can I get one more, please? Thank you. It says problems to be resolved, but it's in reverse. So whatever it is that they're doing to try and slow you down, it's not working, or it's not going to be an obstacle that stops you from achieving your goals. We do have here someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want, but it's also in reverse. They can't. They literally cannot. Okay, any other advice? Let me take you out as well. Wealth is coming to you. Yeah, the gift was going to be money. The gift was going to be money that stopped you. Tell me what we need to know about that one. We have someone new is entering your life. Here, someone new is supposed to be entering your life. They were supposed to be setting you up. But you're too healed for that. I was going to say you're too healed for that, baby. I don't know where that came from. You're too healed for that, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay. Tell me about December. What's happening in December? December. I'm dropping them everywhere. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate. So something's going to go down there. Let me do my chair yoga. It will take me about 3 to 5 working business days to grab it and come back up. So I am going to pause 1 second. Okay. Changes in your life coming up. Okay, someone's going to criticize changes in your life. The moon coming out, things that you don't see, as well as emotions, things hidden from you. Narcissistic sibling. And last one, please, about the demonology. Okay, slowly but surely getting ahead, and family matters. Come on now. This person may have put a curse on themselves, you know that. They've done something here. Discord amongst friends and family about money, about this money going to you, this money going to you. They've done something to themselves when it comes to their finances. They've really messed their finances up. Announcement is coming out here. And we've got September, so December this year and September to September next year. I feel like there is inheritance or property coming to someone here, but I do not think that it's going to be a very quick decision. Like, you know, you go into the court, the judge bangs the little gavel thing, is like, you get the money, okay, off you go, next week you get all the money and the property. I think it's going to take a while, and as you can see, December to September is a while. It's a short while, but spiritual guidance, protection from harm. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that has given you the confirmation and clarity that you needed, that you already intuitively knew. If you are new to my channel and this resonated and you like my messy, chaotic energy, I would love it if you were to come back, if you were to hit on the like, subscribe, and on the notification bell so you can see more of my content. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for being here. I love you guys. Hearts, kisses. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay sassy. I'll see you. Bye.